you're not holding a racket, but you're doing the motion of a topspin. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Letting it flow.
Welcome back to the 100 Millionaires Podcast. My name is Walter Murillo, and I'm hanging out here with Michael Shine and Mitch Dworsky. Mike, bring us in.
Holy cow, it's been so long. I forgot what my tagline is. No, massive income from passive income.
You weren't kidding. You literally forgot for a moment.
I did.
Mitch, how do we do it? How do we get that massive income from passive income?
You got to organize and collect.
All right. For those of you who are wondering, where have we been? We've been here. Mike is back in Roatan. Mitch is back in Florida. I am back in Tampa. And we're going to make this one really short. There's been a lot of challenges we faced over the years. And some deals have gone sideways. Some deals have not made us as much money as we would have liked. Some deals have lost us money. And some deals are doing really well, and some deals are bleeding out at the moment. So basically, we were just doing a quick review of what's working, what's not working. Mitch is not complaining about the most. I think his portfolio is probably doing.
My complaint is I need to find another deal. So last deal went awesome. Looking for the next one.
Okay,
Making
so
offers, but
so
people...
I'm looking for some of the worst stuff of the year.
Wait,
the worst year roundup.
Wait,
worst of
if
the
you're
year
gonna say something positive, I want to be positive first. We took the 3-family regular 3-family and turned it into a sober house that now has 24 beds.
Hold on, when did you do this?
Wait, so that got done?
That is done, and it's up to 24 beds now. Yeah.
Nice.
And what is the cash flow on that? Like, or at least the gross rents?
$850 a bed. So multiply that by 24. I think Brenda's doing it right now.
Oh wow, $850.
But the good news is we're refinancing to get a little bit more funds based on the sober business, and the place should do at least 40 beds when we're done.
Hold on. So you've got, it's 20,000, by the way. 20,400 is what, 850 per bed. 24 beds is gross rent, the rent roll.
Yep.
And that was a 3-family that was not bringing in $20,000.
Exactly. It was bringing in 7,500.
Who's managing that for you?
Franklin and
No kidding.
Patrick Sullivan is the sober house, obtainable sobriety.
Okay, so Patrick, you brought him on as a concierge, a consultant, or is he and as a partner?
He's a partner, but we just pay him for his services. But it was a unique three decker because it had like 3 bedrooms, but Franklin was able to expand to like
living
5
room.
bedrooms.
You had the living rooms,
big, huge living rooms, right?
Got it. I've seen those in New England.
But it had this crazy storage on the side, like kind of up a driveway. And Franklin figured out a way to put doors on the inside. So when we expand a little bit more, the first floor storage should have two more bedrooms. So it's so that's like 3 beds a piece. So yeah.
I'm mathing in my head. You're making more money is essentially what you're saying. It's gonna go from 20,000 to like 30,000.
When it's so funny because when I get on the calls with people to talk about this stuff, I'm talking about the money, and then Franklin gets on and he's like, "We're really helping a lot of people in the community," and I feel like such a heel because he's like, it's so true. They're in Haverhill and they need the help, and there's a lot of people that have gotten out on parole or just fallen on hard times, but it's not a tendency, as you know from talking to Patrick. If you do one failed drug test, you're out. So these are people who they get like, I think it's like they get like 54 days from parole that's paid for by some program like the local towns.
Yeah.
But after that's over, most of these people stay because it's only $850 and they can't afford to pay for a 1 bedroom, which is somewhere in a Haverhill is like $1,100 or $1,200. So,
all right, that was very positive, you Mike. I'm gonna just start complaining about stuff, and I'll be really quick with it. So, I took some L's this year. I got a big one that has annoyed me for the last 3 months. I have been trying to sell a 10-unit building that I bought a long time ago Made a lot of money with this building. It's been fantastic.
Ooh, I know it. I know. I've been to that building.
You've been to that building. In fact, that's where Alchemist Nation started, right? We started that in the
That
first
East
floor
Main Street?
East Main Street. That's right.
I love that building. Why can't you sell it?
Because he's not supposed to. That's where it all started. All right?
I'm just joking. I know why you can't sell it.
Yeah, you're my closing attorney. So we that was where it all started, right? The big brick building, like we had the office space down there.
I do love this building.
It's a beautiful building, right? 3-bedroom unit.
It had snakes in the walls.
There was a point. So that it had a lot of problems over the years.
Snakes on a plane?
Yeah.
No snakes on the plane, but I was tired of snakes in my motherfucking building. So we ended up getting underground for $800,000. And this guy's gonna buy. We get to the closing table. The appraisal, before we get to the closing table, the appraisal comes back $640. So now we can't sell the building because the bank won't finance what this thing is worth. So what the appraisal says. So we negotiate seller financing of $130,000 to bring them up. We get the buyer to bring $50,000 to the table. So now we're getting close to what we want. We're getting like $780, and we're close to the closing table. And Mike's team can't get the payoff from the lender.
The craziest thing I've ever heard.
Because we put a second mortgage on one of our other condos that they also have a loan on.
And it's not, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, a bank is saying no to something. They're not saying no to giving money. They're literally saying no to taking back their money.
I want to pay them back. I just want to pay them back.
Must be a good interest rate they got on you.
No, they got 5. I don't want to. I want to keep the interest rate. I'd like to just transfer it to something else. But
I kept writing them saying, I don't understand this. These guys are about to pay you back on 3 different buildings, and you can't send us a payoff figure. That's it. I never heard of such a thing.
You're about to get capital back in. We're literally in that. There's yield maintenance. Like we're paying yield maintenance when we close these. So like they're getting a benefit.
And the rates were lower. Like what was your rate on that?
That's a 5% mortgage.
5%. They could put it out today for like 8%.
8 or 9. Absolutely.
I don't understand.
So that deal is about to go through because the second position was from a lawsuit from 3 years ago that we put on a condo, and that condo we're gonna pay off the lawsuit. We're going to close. We got them to agree to close everything together and just pay it all off. So they're going to pay the second position with the sale. That's actually kind of turned out to be positive. So there's going to be like $250,000 of profit there that we're going to take back in. Yeah. And
who knows what you might have invested in?
Who knows? I know exactly what I would have invested in. Would not have been good, Mike.
Yeah, right.
We did lose $350,000 to we'll call it a Ponzi scheme, just money we should never have invested in an asset class we didn't understand, and
we're gonna get that back.
It's coming back. It's coming back from another stream or something, and who knows? There is an attorney out there looking to fight the bad guys that took the money. So
yeah, 2024 is the year all the money comes back, and
all the money comes back.
It's like a redo.
So remember the summer of money? We talked about summer of money.
Yeah. Summer of money, we did do good.
And it was summer of money, and then Tim had
I feel like it was summer of money for Mitch. I think a bunch of money.
So
I pulled in like 1.2 million by June, so it became the summer money for
it. Was the summer money. It was.
I got a big capital gain coming, Mike. Like you had this year, I've got next year.
The winter was quiet, so no. But Mike, like I'm with you with 2024 because then Tim's like, all right, we had the summer of money. What's next? I'm like, it's already started. I'm like, it's wheels are in motion. I was like, it's the 2024 takeover.
Yeah,
2024 takeover. Look, we just put in another offer on 80 units in Mississippi. We put 48 units. We put an offer. I'm getting on the phone with the sellers on Monday to see if they'll agree to us. We're buying things dirt cheap. We're buying things at cash flow numbers like I used to buy in Fall River, like 42,000 a unit. Rents are 750. Like I'm buying at what I'm used to. It's like the stuff I was buying in 08 and 2012. So
nice.
I'm with it. It cash flows, but it could be like the Decatur deal we just did, where there's 35 units and 20 of them ended up vacant when we closed. They said it was going to be 15. 5 we're not paying, and then it ended up becoming 20. Then we put 5 units in, and we still have 15 vacancies to this day. So we've been in it for 3 months, and it looks like we're losing about $22,000 on average a month right now. So losing $22,000 on average. But
Is that with hard money, or did you?
It's all hard money. All hard money. The mortgage is $13,000 a month, plus
Gotcha.
our partners are another almost $3,000, a little over $3,000 a month. So, like
Gotcha.
that is that for the folks who are listening. That is a math equation where we have to go and quickly finish the renovations. Otherwise, that bleed out happens every single month. You just can't. It's unsustainable. So we just got off the phone with our partners, and I said, look, I don't want rents at 900. I want rents at 700, and I want 10 units filled, because the $2,000 a month is not as important to me as the $7,000 a month that I want right now. So we don't need to spend $8,000, $10,000 on renovations. What I need to do is spend $2,000 per unit and get those things on the market like now at cheaper rates. I don't need perfect renovations, because that's the only way you can sustain a stabilization period of that much vacancy.
That's kind of like my my bed and breakfast that we just picked up.
Congratulations, by the way.
Well, the good news is the good news is no money down, but the not the bad news, but the challenge is in 20. Yes, that's it. In June, we have to start paying on the mortgage, a 6% mortgage. So, but we asked the seller to give us till June so that we can get going with the actual renting the rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's sick. That's a really cool concept. 6% interest, Mike. I'm not gonna. I don't feel bad. I'm in 12% on $1.6 million, and we're figuring it out.
It's just a little intimidating because we don't have any reservations yet, because this will be our first summer. But we do have people who are already calling us. We've got like a New Year's Eve party. Somebody wants to take the whole place for $10,000. We have some what are they, like a bridesmaid thing in July, 3 days for $10,000. So I'm hoping that we spend the whole January through June just filling it up.
Just booking it. And this is
we have a really good bed and breakfast manager. We're not doing the breakfast shit. We're just we're doing the bed.
We rent the hall.
We rent the
building.
Yeah, we'll give you a map.
We tan, we laundry.
GTL.
We'll give you a map of where to go for breakfast. That's about
Mike's got a bed and breakfast that doesn't do breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. We got a bed and breakfast that's heavy on the bed.
Well, we did
non-conforming bed and breakfast.
We just bought 8 of those Keurig machines to put in the room. So you want a cup of coffee?
You got coffee.
And we expect a tip. Don't forget tip culture if you're going to go out there and automate everything, right?
Yeah, but I am planning on having like a event,
or maybe some vegan muffins in the lobby.
Well, we might have an event for Blay Title in like February, like a
all right. I'll fly up for a new
holiday party
holiday.
thing.
Yeah,
I like it.
You said what time of the year? You said like July, 4th of July.
I could do that. I could do that too.
I do tend to come back around that time of the year. So the summer.
You know what we do? You know what we do? We block off a week and we do Mission to Millions.
Mission to Millions mastermind. I like it.
8 bedrooms. Each bedroom has its own bathroom. You know, couples always like that.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah, we'll bring it back. And then it's got a place for like meetings. And it's got like 4 or 5 on the first floor.
Mitch is only happy because he's in a relationship this time, which means he doesn't have to bunk with like whoever ends up left over. The
question is,
actually, no, I'm just happy that
Teresa snore.
No, because Mitch can't stand snoring.
That was the
I'm
key.
just happy that it's makes sense. Like, I love the synergies and the efficiency. So it's like, oh, the house thing's probably never gonna happen again. And then Mike and Brenda were like, au contraire, mon frere.
Right?
I got a bed. I got a bed and breakfast, 8 bedrooms, Mission to Millions.
Don't we have a friend in Denver who owns a convention center?
We do.
Mitch Durfee's boy.
It's Trent Reynolds?
Trent Reynolds owns a convention center out in Denver. I don't know why we haven't thought of that until now, but that could be a cool experience. We got to figure out how big that is.
Yeah, you could throw a big Alchemist event there out in Denver. Gorgeous.
I'm down for the non-conforming bed and breakfast as long as there's vegan muffins in the hallway. So
there's like a whole kitchen. Like we're not going to use the kitchen for the regular people, but when when people rent the whole place, like the bridesmaids thing, they take all 9 rooms. They usually bring in their own caterer because there's a
Nice.
full kitchen. I mean, it's a full kitchen. So we could totally do that with all the Mission to Millions people. So
I
that
like
would be
it. So,
that would be
so I got to go back
16
to the negative. Right? What else has gone wrong this year?
so 16 beds plus the other room, so that's 18, because Walter and Darina can have the one right off the, I mean, you could have any one you want, but I'm just saying, you could have the one off the kitchen because you're kind of the host.
Well, and Darina's pregnant, so that basically means she gets whatever she wants. I've
Exactly.
noticed that
Exactly.
that really has been a cool card that we can use. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like I throw it down all the time. Like, oh, she's pregnant. Can we get a place next to the window?
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
it works.
I think it would
I
be
mean, usually you
amazing.
wait
It's-
for the
it's
baby
actually-
bump before you play that card, but
Oh man, I'm throwing it down early.
Yeah.
There's a limited amount of time before I don't get to use this anymore,
Exactly.
I'm
and
milking
I'm
I
it.
using
agree.
it.
But this place actually is bigger than the place that we stayed in Orlando. So
Perfect.
there's,
Oh yeah,
like I said,
I'm
there's
looking at the pictures.
4,
It's huge.
1, 2, there's a huge dining room with like a long table, like you see in the, and then it's got like a living room with a piano and another room. So there's like rooms to have like meetings and breakouts and all that good stuff. So
Darina's been getting a lot of requests to do something like this, like a mastermind in a house where we're all there. It's a lot of work, but if Brenda's there helping, maybe.
she says she's here.
Tell her we love Brenda.
So
All right,
be
so
there. It's our
something
property.
else that has gone wrong. There's
Oh
been
yeah.
we
Well,
have
I've had a deal. I have a deal that I did like 3.5 years ago that still hasn't closed. So
what about the
I
one
like
that
to look positively. I've been hanging around with Walter Amarillo for the last 5 years, so I never like to look at anything negatively.
Well, you got to at least glance at it to learn and
right,
grow.
exactly. So what
we
I've
need
learned
seminars?
is that we finally got the right property manager and the right the GC, and it's going to be completed and ready to rent out January 1st, 2024.
So
And
everybody
that's
knows this is a lot of
Bradenton.
units. It's in
And-
between 8 and under 11, and those units have been vacant for
Yeah.
more than 12
So
months.
vacant.
But I did have a good partner
vacant.
who
He's
had
doing a
some
good job.
setbacks, but took responsibility. That's my key. Is
Yeah.
like, I get it. People, including me, make mistakes, but do you just take responsibility for it? And that's what happened,
Yep.
I don't know
I
if
think
you
that's-
noticed, but
that's
in these
probably been
syndications, I've had people give me capital calls. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You never said that on the way in.
Yeah, you didn't mention that if things went south, you'd be calling me for more money. That's
Yeah,
pretty messed
right.
up. I don't like this deal.
Yeah.
I could do my own deals for that much.
Yeah.
So that
I have one deal that I originally put in 75,000, set it and forget it, but now somehow my investment is 90,000. So I had to add an extra 15K to get it over the line.
capital call. Got it. You put
Yeah,
the money
capital
back
call.
in. I thought you benefited 15 additional thousand.
That was
It
my
just
first
means I
thought.
own more. I mean, it's
You
not,
own more. It's
I
positive.
own
You
more.
own more.
Yeah.
So it's I know it's been a tough year for a lot of people, as people who have lost a lot of money. Ron
Yeah.
and I think when we tally it up, like there was like 350,000 we lost to a Ponzi scheme, and Alchemist Nation, we did the 100 Millionaire Summit. I think we lost like 60 grand ish on that event, but we had an amazing time and we learned a lot of really important lessons. So you'll see over this next year, the people who really step up, the people who stay in the game, those are the ones who are going to be very successful. I know partners, I have friends who've, did like 8 flips, lost money on every single one of them. And
Wow.
yeah, I got a buddy down here. He literally lost $1 million, and he is still in the game. He's still playing the game. He's still out there doing it. He just took it as a lesson, and he really did take it as a really important lesson. And so for those of you who are, concerned about your deals, concerned about like, man, like I messed up this year, don't mess up on all of them, right? All you need is the one that does very
Right.
well. And even though, I can look at Alchemist Nation over the last 4 years and say, me and Ron have lost $250,000 in it, I can also say he and I have invested 1.25 million into this community. because we took in $1 million, we spent 1.25 million, so we've invested 1.25 million into this community, and the amount of people and lives that we've helped and impacted has been a tremendous benefit to ourselves, to our investments, and to the people that we've helped. So not all of your losses are true losses, right? Sometimes you're out there and it's a win on something else. And even with the deal we were just talking about right before we jumped on this call, is, that deal is currently losing, but we know how to get it to where it wins, and our investors are getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. Not everybody is in that situation. So my request for you is be the person who pays the bills. Like Mike just said, his partner has found a way to make it right. Mitch has done fantastic this year. His only complaint has ever been tenants or the city not getting things done the way he wants it done. But from us to you, I don't know if we'll be on the podcast next week, but if we are, maybe we'll talk about more things that are going wrong, but we'll probably talk about some wins. Mitch, what is something negative that you can say? Like, do me a favor and find something bad that has happened in your deals this year, without saying any names.
In theory, my bad thing technically happened at the tail end of last year.
You got it.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
I don't know that. I'm trying to think.
Go the Ponzi scheme direction. We went the Forex Ponzi scheme. You went with a different.
Well, but again, technically that happened late last year, like literally the end of last year. You know?
But it kind of hit you this year. Like you were kind of
definitely. The reality hit. The reality.
No way
hit,
that money's coming
obviously,
back. Well, it's coming back, Mike. It's coming back. It's just coming
in the spring.
So, differently than we agreed upon.
Speaking of coming back, the one of the smaller fun ones apparently is allegedly coming back online. The website's back up and everything.
No way.
I was concerned about that. Like I had some thousands in there.
I mean,
I was like, what happened?
The crypto program.
Apparently, allegedly.
We don't say the names on the podcast.
allegedly. The site's back up. I didn't log in. Our mutual friends who's in it. He logged in. He's like, it's all there. He's like, it's not like running yet, but I was like, wow. I will believe this when I see it.
Yeah, right.
I'm with you 100%. So here's the lesson. When you're going to be investing in Ponzi schemes, make sure that you're there at the beginning. Don't be the one who puts their money.
I have the lesson.
Yeah, watch.
In fact, you know what? I should come out with a short workbook in terms of, because listen, at the end of the day,
actually, I think Mitch. Mike has to say, like, this is not legal advice, not financial advice.
None of this is advice.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. Like, at the end of the day, you can quote unquote invest in anything you want, right? You just got to know what you're investing in. So some people are like, why would I invest in that? It's clearly a scam. And other people are like, sweet, I can make money off of this as long as I do it right. It's all right risk tolerance. So the reality is there is a playbook on how to invest in what you think is a Ponzi scheme, right? And it's be in early, be out often, right? But should you probably do it? You're probably better off not gambling. You're probably better off just going to Vegas and putting it on black or putting on a bunch of numbers on the roulette wheel because it's about the same odds. But it's knowing what you're investing in. So, right, if you see that it's paying 25% a month, then 99.5% of the time that equals Ponzi scheme. That's the magic number for some reason they all use.
I was watching a movie last night. Well, I was watching a movie called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. And the quote from it, which I love, is everything will be all right in the end. Yes. So if it is not all right, it is not the end.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
So there it is. So none of this stuff you're talking about is at the end yet. So
and it touches on what you said earlier. And I was reading something recently. I forget. I'm trying to remember what book it was. I mean, it might have been in the Built Not Born potentially. I don't remember. But basically talking about, I'm like halfway through listening to it. And it talks, and I don't know if it was in that book, but just this thing that don't get lost in the bad moments, because a lot of times you look back and you're like, holy shit, if that didn't happen, then XYZ wouldn't have happened. And XYZ is awesome. I mean, you know what? I just saw that example last night. I went and played some cards and I'm playing poker. A guy sitting next to me used to be a dealer at the poker room, 15 years, lost his job because, well, he finally just wrong day, wrong time, and lost his shit on a terrible person that probably deserves it anyway. But hey, client, customer. So he lost that job, lost that career. But you know what it led to? It led to what he actually is really good at and what his passion is, and that's magic. So now he does magic for a living. So he does magic shows. He does magic shows for corporate events for, obviously, smallest kids' birthday parties. Almost got on the Penn and Teller show recently. So it's just like, and none of that would have happened if he didn't have that one bad day that he was out of character for him. He still would be dealing cards probably, for this past 3 years or whatever it's been since. So it's like,
That's awesome.
sometimes the quote unquote worst thing ends up being the best thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
I totally agree. It's about faith in God. Like, even if everybody's got faith in God when things are going great. The football players thanking God when they score a touchdown.
Oh, happy Hanukkah, Mike. I forgot to say that on the podcast. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, but if you can thank God all the time for everything that's going on, because like Mitch just said, you never know where it's going to lead to. So, yeah.
Well, if you're afraid of not knowing where things are going to lead, this Saturday at 12 p.m., we're going to be teaching how to buy real estate in 2024, how to buy real estate to cash flow and get rich. I've got Mitch Jorsky coming in. I got Vinny Chopra, and I will be there sharing the strategies that we know are going to work in 2024. As we started jumping on this call earlier today, we didn't say it on the podcast, but we're going to say it right now. We're all going back to our roots. We're doing what we do best. We're buying real estate. We're focusing on our businesses. And we're staying out of Ponzi schemes. No Forex.
We're buying more Tesla.
And we're buying. I am
not
buying
financial advice.
Not financial
more
advice.
Crypto. Luckily, I already bought it.
So actually, I pulled out of crypto. I said that's one of the things that I won't be pushing hard this year. So I sold my crypto.
Getting active again because the bull market is apparently coming.
I think it is coming. I think you're absolutely right. And to me, it was a hard decision, but I had to take care of the properties. One of those things is like, hey, take care of a building.
It doesn't matter.
Take care of your partners. So
you get in, you do what you do, right? And you do what works. So it's like there's always going to be other opportunities. You can't get them all.
Yep.
The way Mike said,
right? What is it, Mike?
You can't kiss all the girls.
Can't kiss all the girls.
Can't kiss all the girls.
Mike says.
Oh God, I tried.
Yes, there was a point in time when Walter certainly tried.
I certainly did. So Saturday at 12 p.m., we're going to be showing you how to invest in 2024. There are some different strategies that are going to be necessary. There are some opportunities that are going to be coming, and we're just sharing what we're doing right now, what my mentors are doing, and what is actually working, where the money will be, what the financing structures are going to look like, and where your time and effort has to be spent over the next 3 to 6 months to make sure that you are lined up for 2024. It's a great webinar. It's free. I've been asked, how do you get in? You just have to drop yes in the chat, and we'll make sure that we get it for you. Or if you're on the 52 Weeks to Wealth, go to ibuildmillionaires.com. I will give you the link there. If you're not on our email list, that's your fault, not mine. You can go to ibuildmillionaires.com. You can get registered for the email list. The newsletter that goes out once a week has the link in it as well. Awesome. That being said, I've got to go get churros with my pregnant Russian princess. So
I'm gonna go to the gym.
Look at those biceps.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to the gym. We're going to the gym after this.
Oh, nice job. Friday night at the gym. That's awesome.
You'll be the only one there. You should do legs. Again, you'll be the only one.
Actually, I won't be doing legs. I played ball Thursday for the first time in a few months and didn't warm up, and that was a mistake. So hamstrings a little rough right now.
You do know legs. Friday is for leg day. Like that's
Friday is for leg day. I believe Teresa's doing legs, so there you go. Friday's for leg day.
Oh, I did legs this morning.
You're almost done, G, with leg day. You got what, 22 days left?
I've got 22 days left. I did today, so 22 days left for the year leg day.
That's amazing.
Literally at least 30 squats a day with 135 pounds on my shoulders every single day for 300.
I might need to do that so my hamstring never pulls again.
I think I got to join a gym when I get back. This cold weather has been tricky. I don't know what to do for exercise.
Right? Cold weather keeps you inside.
Yeah. I have found that legs are the cure for all ailments in energy, in health. Yeah. Like it's just my back pain is completely gone, like everything.
Nice.
Yeah,
well,
it's been fantastic. Nice. But I have also found my abs again, and I put on an additional 10 pounds of muscle, which is pretty amazing. So
see, what happened was Walter heard me say I put on 10 pounds of muscle over the summer, and he's like, oh, wow, now I got to do it too.
Yeah, well, you gave me the creatine suggestion, and
yes,
I stacked creatine with protein shakes and better diet.
Yeah,
and,
protein, and better diet. That's what I did.
Made a big difference.
Nice.
So thank you.
Hey, maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll be my challenge. There's a guy out there. His name is Nemo Delgado.
Nemo Delgado.
He's a vegan weightlifter,
Nice.
just
It's time.
completely ripped. So maybe I'll follow his thing and see if I can compete with you guys on that. That would be cool. See about
There
that
you go.
lifestyle.
I like this challenge. So I'll be
Yeah.
shifting into the year of yoga this year. I'll
Yeah.
still be doing legs. I'll still be doing all my normal workouts, but now I'll be doing yoga on top of it in the afternoons. So I am so down to do this with you, Mike. You actually
Right.
are the one
You
that
guys
got me
gotta
back
look
in
him
the gym.
up. You gotta look him up. Nemo Delgado.
Remember the 100 push-ups a day?
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
I'm
God.
still
that's
doing
what
it.
started it. Like a year and a half ago. That's what started getting me back in. So
Oh, nice.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
So
it's
Mitch,
awesome. That's Steve Cut.
Steve Cup, but
Steve Cut.
you taking it on made me
Yeah.
say I should do it too, and so it became social proof. Just your peer pressure between you and Steve got me into
It's
it.
funny you say that because I quit for 2 weeks because I was under the weather, but I just did my 100 push-ups yesterday. First time, 2 weeks.
Just wait till you
Awesome.
start doing legs. Like what I learned, I said this today on the 100 on the recession proof challenge, was that a bird has their chest, their pec is the biggest muscle on their body. But a
Yeah.
human, their legs are the biggest muscle on their body. And so you want the most results in your life, work out your legs, and you instantaneously have the most energy, all the health benefits that they tell you you need working out, you get it from your legs. So I think that
I don't think I've ever done legs.
so you now have no, you do your bike. You ride
Yeah,
you
does
ride
that,
your bike all
does
over the
that
place.
count?
That
Does that
definitely
count?
counts. That's a
Yeah.
full leg day the way you ride. Yeah.
Okay. It's good to
Yeah,
know.
it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I'm actually gonna be in Florida next weekend. So
Oh, let us know. You doing Ocala?
yeah, gonna be in Ocala for a Christmas party. A mortgage guy's throwing, but Brenda and I might stay an extra day. So
If you guys need a place to stay, we got an extra room.
that's
Come
right,
on over.
with the 3 women picture.
That's right. No, I got another one now. So Elise is out traveling the
Oh
world
yeah,
doing her 30 under 30. So I think she's in like Phuket, which makes her 28 countries now.
nice,
So
nice.
she's out
Is
in
that
Japan or something.
Thailand or is that
She did Thailand. She's like
yeah, but
doing
Phuket is
all
like
that.
a city, isn't it? I
Phuket's a
think
city in Thailand. Yep.
oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
she's kicking ass out there. So I got
That's
an extra room.
awesome. Awesome. All right, well,
So
love to see you guys. So
it's time for me to go and feed the Russian princess.
yeah, nice job.
Time for churros.
Eating
Mitch,
for two. Eating for two.
Mike, take us out of here.
You got to organize those churros and collect
Yeah.
your calories.
Massive income from passive income.
Yeah, the point is not to work. It's to generate income. Me, Mitch, Mike, we're on a mission to build millionaires. It's not just 100. We want to serve and help as many people as we possibly can. Mike is doing it through his title company in Florida and Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Mitch is doing through his mentorship program. He's teaching his Scaredy Cat Guide, the podcast. He now runs the Alchemist Nation podcast with Andrew. If you haven't gone and listened to the Alchemist Nation podcast, there's a lot of great information on there. We interviewed every speaker that was on the summit. We may even be interviewing a few of my mentors. And this year is really just really kicking off with some powerful people on the podcast. So from my family to yours, wish you the best of luck. We want to see you super rich. Like I said, we're on a mission to build 100 millionaires, aspire to build 100 millionaires. Cheers to success. We have a choice. Always work with the best.
Peace. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Later, guys.
Tomorrow,
I'll see you tomorrow. Wealth Principle 5, build a business.
Peace.
I'll see you there.
That's right.